Okay, so today I did very well. I took a much needed break and reset of my mindset. Um, I went over everything I did. I reviewed uh, the previous months to see what the hell is going on because when I started learning this system and the strategy, I was doing very good. I made up to 39 40 R, which is like four times the goal or three times and a half the goal monthly goal. So so it's very interesting to see what the hell changed after those first 1 2 months that I was testing the system. Why is it that after I gained more experience that my system was failing me and I was performing worse and worse? And I think it had to do with me misunderstanding what dictates the entry and how to trade with the system. Because when I made my playbook, uh, I kind of made the 5 minute breakout and the 1 minute breakout the most important variable, the most important aspect of the system, and that's wrong because this system is not based on candle reading, it's based on volume and is based on information that is very tangible, that is very hard to manipulate. And the candles can be manipulated a lot, especially if they lack volume. So so I think that's one of the reasons that I was getting very frustrated. One, because I wasn't able to avoid taking trades, but it was just exhausting to see moves happen from the areas that I was supposed to be watching, but they were leaving without me. And one of the reasons was that the 1 minute and the 5 minute candles sometimes did not behave nicely and they left without me. Like, I should wait for a consolidation, right? But then I was watching stocks trade continuously dropping from S4 after having an extended candle, and that didn't make sense to me. So I'm starting to understand more uh, how the system is supposed to work because I think there was I think I had a misunderstanding of how it was supposed to work. Um, I think I better randomly made that the priority in my playbook. That take the trade only if and only if you have a 5 minute breakdown. But if that becomes the priority, then what happens to the level two stacks that tell you the motivation, the expectation for the price of the price? Where do the people want the price to go, or where do people expect the price to go? And the volume indicates whether or not they want to head in that direction, where you have the the shares waiting for you to approach that price. So by paying more close attention to volume, the level two, of course, and then the value areas, and as long as you identify the zone you are at, and if you have an outside day, for example, in PDD, here it worked out beautifully. My intention was to do the same on Apple, where it was more volatile. Here you can see a rejection of the S3 area, but then I see this compression right here. You create a range, and at this time of the day, you can see that this is a value area. You have the most shares traded in this area. You are around BWAP, and you start to lose the 9 and 20. And here you can see that we start to go off the previous 5 minute candle. So so that's one thing. And the other thing I observed was the the the, the amount of volume we were getting, where we were getting that volume. We had a lot of market orders, and then we went through a large amount of stacks at the bid, and those were market orders, and then we went through them like nothing, like butter. And after that, we had a huge price drop of 40 cents. So we dropped from 37 to 36.60, and then we pulled back a little bit. And then I started to notice more stacks. So those are the important signals that I have to look for. The level two, these value areas where you can use as a stop loss and the entry. So now my entry has to be an area and the break from a range. So that loosens up the rigidity of having to wait for the 1 minute and the 5 minute candle to offer an entry, because you can see this extension on the 1 minute. It's a large candle. So if you want to make your entry, you have to make your entry what, at 36.59, and where do you place your stop loss? At 37. So it doesn't make much sense. So I waited to settle. I noticed some selling pressure on the 9 and 20. We failed to push hard on VWAP. So now you have this value area where you can place your stop loss. You can place your stop loss above it, and then yeah, it pulls back a little bit, but then you already have confirmation that we're having a nice drop. So we had this drop, and I failed to add on my position, but that's a much better way to trade. So that's what I think I'm gonna do from now on, because today was perfect. Today I understood that the stock was gonna leave without me, and I acted on it. So that's a big relief, because if you look at here at S4, if I had waited for my previous playbook, I could have made my entry here at S4, which is the area that I would just be paying attention at. But then where is the 1 minute entry? If I use 36.21 as a stop loss, my entry will be at 36, which is fine. It's not too bad. But look at this. We drop, and then I take maybe two partials, one partial. It's not enough to take two partials. It's not enough to take one partial here, because I am taking a partial at 2R. So we drop at 36. 36 is our entry, and 40 cents is our first partial. So 36.60. We almost made it, and we pull back, and we got our stop loss trigger. So this is the second test. And where do we make our entry? Maybe here, 36.12, and the stop loss at 36.21, or this wick. But then the 5 minute is not coinciding with that. The 5 minute is at 35.95, and the stop loss is what, 30 cents. So it's a little more rough. It will still have worked nicely, but basing an entry entirely on the candlesticks is not enough, and it should not be the priority. I think I understood that on the break I took, and hopefully it works out that way, because today was a very good day. I traded very relaxed. I was very comfortable, and I was not too mad that I missed a trade. So I'm liking this style of trading. It's not so much pressure, and it doesn't require you to have excellent reflexes, so you can make the entry. This allows you a little more room, a little more time to react. So I missed an entry on Apple as well. I was gonna make this entry on the 1 minute. I avoided this entry because it was too obvious that we were gonna pull back after this very large extension. I was gonna make an entry here, just at VWAP, because we were breaking out of this area, and we had value right here, and we were reacting this value to the downside, and we had stacks down at the bid. So I was gonna make an entry here, and it would have been the same exact setup as PDD, but I missed it. Apple is higher price, so it was a little more. You can have a little more slippage if you go big size, because it was moving 30-40 cents. So I was kind of hesitant to take it, and it will have worked out pretty much the same way as PDD, but I'm happy that I avoided that entry. I'm more satisfied with my entry in PDD. I could have gotten more out of it, but I just had 15 shares, and to just wait for the much higher drop, it's not really that much that you can squeeze out of it. So it's unfortunate, but I'm very happy with today. I slept very well. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna record this data here. So we ended up with 3.2 hour returns. We did not break rules. Today was kind of a long-winded review, but that's because I had to explain what I did uh, the last week, pretty much. So yeah, very good day today. Um, I think I met all of my goals today, and there is no more I can ask from a day like today. It's a big relief to understand understand your system more and understand why things are happening the way they're happening. Understand why the things that are happening are happening. So very good, very good day today. I hope that it can continue. We're having a crazy market, so we'll see how it goes.